Yo, what up YouTube, it's your boy AM coming to you with another video blog. Woo! 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 Just kidding. Anyway, so I want to talk to you about a new hobby that I just picked up. So about a month ago, I bought a skateboard. Yeah, so this is a skateboard right here. This is a pretty cool board. And so what I'm planning to do is learn how to skateboard. And so this is my video blog telling you why you should join me in skateboarding. To make a long story short, what I wanted to do was get active when the summer comes. I don't want to spend so much time indoors, but being outdoors. And so that means being active 24/7. So when the sun's out, you want to be out. And the best way to do that is to do fun stuff. But a lot of times when you think of fun stuff to do, it's always like doing stuff indoors. And so I didn't want to go and do like the typical stuff people usually do, like go for walks. That's boring. What I want to do is learn a new skill and also to get fit. And so I thought of what's a cool thing to do to get fit and also be outside and do something that's fun. And I've always liked skateboarding. I like watching videos. I love watching all that cool stuff. So what I ended up doing was buying a skateboard. Investing a lot of money into a skateboard. Skateboards are not cheap. Well, if you buy off Amazon, you can get a skateboard completely built for 50 bucks. But those are usually crap. But I wanted to get a really cool skateboard. Something that you would have to go to like a skate shop and pick up. So lucky for me, I went downtown Portland, went to Cal's skate shop, and I asked them a few questions like, I am a beginner that wants to learn how to skateboard. What should I do? And what ended up happening was they pulled out all the boards and they laid it on the ground for me and said, which one feels the best? And it was a very cool experience because it was like Harry Potter picking his wand. But instead of a wand, I got a skateboard. You see this right here? This is what I picked out. I originally went in there to get a cool looking skateboard. First thing they gave me was like a Dragon Ball Z skateboard. And if anybody knows me, I love Dragon Ball Z. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna get that skateboard. But then, since they laid all the boards out for me out there, I tried them all. Dragon Ball Z didn't fit me. It just didn't feel right. This board felt right. And the cool thing about this board here is the bacon board. It's made in Portland. Since I'm close to the area, I'm supporting a local company. And not only that, the board feels really, really good. Like I stepped on it, and then I stepped on like probably like 20 boards. And out of all those 20 boards, this one felt the best. And then I just was deciding between cool graphics or a board that felt really, really well. And I haven't regretted my decision yet. As you can tell, I'm starting out. So there's like no scuffs on this baby. It's just the board itself. Just gotta get used to it. No grinding, no nothing. It's gonna look like a brand new for the most part. But what I'll do is I'll make another video where I just show you a little bit more details because it was kind of a cool process what we went through. But if I learn how to skateboard and I feel good doing it, I think it's worth the price. It's gonna take a long time for me to get really good on my board. So what I'm gonna do is I have to dedicate hours to doing it. And so I'm gonna dedicate at least 25 hours and see where I go from there. For a person who works full-time, does YouTube, is a husband, and does all this other stuff, like finding time to skateboard is crazy. But when the sun's out, it probably will be out. It's even harder when you don't really know how to like skateboard. So you have to go find like a secluded spot so you don't feel embarrassed and just like start like pushing yourself around. And it's even harder when you live in a city because you can't really skateboard anywhere because everybody says no skating. So you just gotta find a big empty parking lot, which is typically hard to do. So I'll be hitting up a lot of churches, a lot of parks and things like that. And hopefully I can find a skateboard that's like a little bit more friendly for like people to just ride around and not to do like crazy tricks. I just need a big open spot, you know, nothing too massive, but just a nice little strip where I can go up and down when there's nobody around, nobody complaining at me, and I can just like practice until I get good at it, and then I can probably hit up a skate park and start doing tricks. And hopefully I start learning how to skateboard pretty good. That'd be awesome because I could take it downtown and then go to and from places and be all cool. Usually I dress up for work, and so me in like a white shirt and tie, you know, skateboarding down the street's kind of sweet. I skateboarded when I was probably about 16, 17 years old, and I only had a board for about like a month and a half, and I actually could skate around and stuff. So there's kind of, you know, that, but I never had a board long enough where I was able to skateboard more than that. So I probably was only skateboarding for like a month to 2 months, and then I stopped. And now as an adult, I am returning back to skateboarding. And hopefully I can learn. I wouldn't say I carried over any of those skills from back then, because it's been a while. It's probably been over 20 years. So it's not like riding a bike. And I'm pretty excited. My board looks cool. Duct tape is cool. I had to pick up some new skateboarding shoes. I'd have some Vans, so that should work. But for the most part, once I get a little bit better, I'll get some cooler skateboarding shoes and then maybe get a little skateboarding outfit. Yeah, so we're gonna get a close-up view of this board, and then I'm gonna talk to you about some of the stuff that was picked out for me and things like that. But for right now, my summer 2019 is about skateboarding, and that's gonna be cool. So let's check out the board in more detail. All right, we're back with another, well, no, we're not back with another video, but like I told you, I was gonna promise you to do a breakdown of the skateboard. And here is a close-up video of our board for you. To give you a little bit of backstory, when I went to Cal's Skate Shop in downtown Portland, I asked him to pick a board up for me, and when I asked him, I picked the board, but we just went through the whole process of building the board, and this is a complete build with all the best parts you can get. So we would end up getting was these soft wheels here. These are Spitfires. I had a choice between like the white ones and then something else, but I ended up getting these little cool little gray and white wheels. They cost a little bit more, about $5 more, but you know, if I'm gonna get a skateboard, might as well get some pretty cool looking wheels. Like I said, they were soft. He was kind of explaining to me that since I'm a beginner, I want to be able to go over cracks and hit rocks and stuff and not fall off. So what soft wheels will do is like compress the terrain that you're riding on, which is awesome. So if you hit a rock, you'll ride over the top of it instead of coming to a complete stop. I guess once you get the harder wheels, you go a lot faster, but then you also get, when you hit a rock, it stops you from going any further, and then you just fly off the board like phew. So this is kind of a beginner wheel, softer, hits cracks better, hits rocks better. And then I have bearings inside right here. I got mini logos. I guess that's like the standard bearings for skateboards, made by Bones. They also offered me to get the reds, but the reds are a lot premium, I guess, and a lot faster. But I decided to go with just the mini logos. I guess that's the standard for all skateboarding for beginners and things like that. And it's just a nice, good bearings, and so I picked those out, and I think they're gonna work pretty good. As for the trucks here, we were going to go with the basic independent trucks, but then since this board is at 8.5, and so what does that refer to is like the size of the board. It comes in different sizes. Smaller the board, the easier you can do tricks on it. Bigger the board, it's easier to ride. Bigger boards usually go into like bowls and stuff, but if you're just going to be riding on the street, I guess you just get any board that fits you the best, and this 8.5 feels really good. Other ones felt a little too big, others felt too small. This was like the right size, kind of like the Goldilocks of skateboards. And so they were limited in their truck selection, and they had like different color trucks, but all they had at that time was just these Thrasher ones made by Independent. And it also comes with these little red thing on the bottom here, and I thought that was kind of cool, so I was like, okay, I'll just take them. I won't have to wait any longer. And because this is a bigger board, they need to have like risers on it, so I ended up getting some black risers to match the offset of the red plate on the trucks. Give it kind of like a nice little contrast there. The screws are black. They come in silver too, but I got the black ones because they look cool. Same price. Didn't cost that much, like $2 a pack. The trucks were pretty expensive. They're like a healthy amount of money. I think the board was like about $50, $55. I can't remember exactly how much it was. But the trucks were like, I think like 125, so it's kind of expensive. So like the board, the wheels were like $30. I can't remember. I think the wheels were 28. I can't remember the exact prices, but the breakdown was the trucks were the most expensive part of the board. I guess you buy these one time and you never have to like get another pair, from what I'm told, because you can just send them back and then they give you new ones. I guess it's just like a one-time purchase, and then you end up having trucks for the rest of your life, which is cool. Tighten this down really tight because I guess it just depends on how good it feels. Some people like it loose, but since I'm a newbie, I want to be as tight as possible because I don't want to have too much flex. And so that was the case, and so then he recommended I buy a skate tool just in case, so I got this one up. I picked a Spitfire one up. It was kind of like in the middle between the prices, looked cool, and it's something you can throw in a bag and you can tighten up your board. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. It's kind of like a detailed look of the board. Let's look at the graphic a little bit better. Like I said, it represents Portland pretty well. It's kind of a unique. I like the white on the board, looks really, really good. And I like how the red, the black wheels, and all that all kind of looks together. So it gives me inspiration to get out there and skate a little bit more. And then here's the tape of it. Yeah. Something they told me is that there's a front of the board and the back of the board. And then you always want to run riding forward. You can always tell. Being a newbie, I can't really tell too well, but then they said just to like, you know, grab this thing and make a mark on it, but I won't do that because it looks too pretty. I'll just make sure that I know which is facing forward. I can probably tell when I'm starting to use it a little bit more. I can kind of tell already because like the back part of here is like pretty fat, really kind of squared out. This front part is not as much. See, you can tell right there. It's like a little sharper, so you can tell that's like the front of the board. You should be riding that. I had to get used to like finding out what kind of stance I ride, goofy or normal. I tried it out a little bit. I think I started out doing goofy, but then I realized that maybe that's not the right way of riding the board, so I started doing it like normal, and I feel that maybe a little bit better. I don't know. They both feel pretty natural, so I don't know what that means. First impressions, the board is really, really fast. Like for new, maybe it's like really slow, but for somebody that's hasn't skateboarded in a long time, like it just feels like it cruises. Like you step on it and you're like sledding on ice, like super slippery ice. And so it's gonna take a while for me to get used to like how fast the board is. Supposedly the ride on this thing feels amazing, so that's a good bonus. So once I start learning on good stuff, then I should be able to get better, hopefully. Yeah, so I like the way my board looks. I can't wait to start riding it. Like I said, it's made in Portland, Bacon Board Company. Pretty sweet. Feels really, really good. Concaved a little bit right here. That's how kind of boards are. All right, so we have a nice look at the board and all the details and all the cool things that's connected to it. I hope you enjoy that. If you like what you've seen, be sure to hit that like button. If you want to let me know that I'm being dumb for learning how to skateboard, let me know in the comments. And if you want to see more of these cool videos, you better hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your dad to watch AMPM Adventures. We're back on it again. We took a little hiatus. Birthday month came around. We started partying too hard, but now we're back on that YouTube grind, so we're pumping out all those videos. And stick around, more to come. Peace.